Hello Aries, welcome to Three Crows Runes. My name is Jen. Let's do some rune readings. Today we are doing readings for November 2025. We are using the Elder Futhark on Amethyst, and we are using the Phantomwise Tarot. So let's get started with the card from the Phantomwise Tarot, and we have the Four of Cups. Neat. Okay. It just had the Five of Cups, which was interesting. So this month you may feel as if there's nothing new under the sun, that you may feel like, you know, you've seen everything there is to see. You may feel ennui, you may feel bored, and you may feel a bit discontented with things. But be assured that there is more, and it is coming to you, and it is going to light up your whole life. So let's get some runes down for clarity, Aries. Ooh, but that's also interesting right there. And this may be a sense of, because you're just basically turned inward to the point where you've become a closed loop, and that is always going to be, that's always not going to be helpful. So your central issue this month, Aries, is Manas reversed. Manas is the rune of humanity and your part in it. And reversed on the central issue spot, it's you. You've become good with yourself. You're very comfortable with yourself. You tuned out the din of humanity, and you are seeking to face yourself with joy. However, this can become a closed loop if you seal everything else out long enough. And leading up to this, we have Fehu reversed. Fehu's the rune of wealth and worth. Reversed, its inner wealth, inner worth, confidence, self-esteem. And this is what may have led you to. You may have been like, you know what? I'm confident with my thoughts and who I am and my worth, and maybe I'm just going to spend time with that, and maybe I'm not going to spend time with anybody else because enough of them. We've had enough. They're boring, they're awful, they're cruel, and it's terrible. They're not all that, but it just feels like, you know, when you're comfortable with yourself, you may fall into that where you're like, no, I'm closed loop, we're done. I'm just going to be with me. And then things stagnate, and it becomes like this, where you become really dissatisfied because you're just basically in this closed room kind of thing. And so there's sort of a dissatisfaction with that, even though you feel that this is safety, this is comfort, this is, tuning out the din, which is important. But you do need to allow it, because if you stay in that, then there ends up being no air, and things stagnate anyway, and you need light and air and things like that, and color. So I say this reading a black and white a black and white tarot set. What is going to help you this month? We have Dagas. Dagas is the rune of the breaking of the day. So allow yourself the dawn, okay? Allow yourself the sun to come in. Because if you cut yourself off completely, you might start to cut yourself off from source, and that's not okay. Because you need the light and color and air that come from source. So allow yourself the sunrise. Look outside. This is, even just look at the shapes of these runes. This is almost like you've buried the sunrise. You've just basically buried it. It's like, I'm going to keep this safe, to the point where you're not even seeing it. So allow yourself the sunrise. Even just, honestly, my recommendation is always to give yourself time to watch a sunrise, like for real sometimes, because it's a major, numinous, mystical, massive experience, life-changing. So, but like on a clear day, so you can actually see the sun coming up, although don't stare. Don't stare at it. But, yeah, allow yourself the sunrise. Allow things to open up for yourself. Allow yourself to have your whole field of vision filled. Allow yourself to have that full illumination. Let yourself see the big picture, and let the light in, let the color in, let the air in. And that's going to help you, because that's going to open things out, and that will allow you to see this new thing that's here. And it really feels like it is coming from the sun in this picture. So it's, you need to, it does look like this month is going to be about getting yourself out of this little hole that you've dug. Even if it was a comfy hobbit hole, you still need to, if you're feeling, even if it was a comfy hobbit hole, if you're feeling stagnated and also bored and dissatisfied and discontented and feel like there's nothing new under the sun, maybe you haven't seen the sun recently. And so open yourself up to the sunrise. What isn't going to help, we have Ansu's reversed. Ansu's is the rune of communication, manifestation, and expression. This is the continuing stagnation, you know, based on all of what you've done to get to this point, which certainly was a justified thing that you did because it's crazy out there right now. But it's, you know, when you're not expressing and you're not communicating and you're not manifesting things and you've just locked yourself in and it's a closed loop, and there ends up being no light, no air, no color, and you're not creating anything, then it's just, this is going to drag you right the heck down. So it's like you shove this down and then you just keep going. So the antidote to all of this is allow yourself the sunrise. Allow it. Allow it. Allow yourself to bring that all, let that come all in and refill you and re-nourish you and re-energize you. What this is all going to lead you to by the end of the month, we have Raido reversed. I'm really going to see this as the end of this particular journey, the ending of this chapter of your life where you had turned inward to the point where you shut everything else out. And this may not be your whole life, okay? Like this reading may not be every single Aries has shut themselves away from the world. No, but there are going to be aspects of things that you've done this with and that you need to air out now. You need to basically bring the light back in. And so by the end of the month, you're going to be ready to put an end to this chapter of your life where you were doing this. And the chapter will end with opening the window or door and letting the sunlight in, which is good. So that, Aries, is your reading for November 2025. I wish you all the best with this, and I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye!